Season's greetings, dear viewers. Welcome to our channel where we live and breathe the true spirit of Christmas, a time of year that's magical and full of cheer, a season that invites us to bask in the joy, love, and a sense of divine wonder that's as timeless and enduring as the stars themselves. As we gather around our evergreen Christmas trees, exchange thoughtfully wrapped gifts, and share hearty meals with beloved family and friends, we are continually reminded of the birth of a child, a singular event that occurred in a humble stable in the quaint town of Bethlehem. This singular birth, unassuming as it may have been, shifted the tides of history and forever changed the world. This passionate channel of ours is wholly dedicated to exploring this incredible and awe-inspiring story. A story that has deeply moved, inspired, and touched billions of hearts over the past 2,000 years. We delve with an insatiable curiosity into the historical context, the spiritual significance, and practical reflections of the quintessential Christmas story. Our aim is to inspire, uplift, and bring each and every one of us a little closer to the true, authentic meaning of Christmas. Today we're eagerly diving into a profound, significant verse from the Gospel of Luke. And Mary said, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord, let it be to me according to your word." An inspiring verse that perfectly captures the quintessence of Christmas Day, the spirit of surrender, unwavering trust, and obedience, beautifully exemplified by Mary, the revered mother of Jesus. In this meticulously crafted video titled, "Mary's Secret: How the Mother of Jesus Changed the World," we'll artfully weave together inspirational Christmas stories from around the world, heartwarming testimonials from people whose lives have been touched by the Christmas spirit, and insightful discussions about the verse's profound impact on the holiday season and beyond. Our ultimate goal is to bring you a fresh, unique perspective on this familiar story, one that deepens your understanding, enriches your appreciation, sharpens your grasp of the Christmas message. We're absolutely thrilled and excited to have you with us on this enlightening journey, one where we will explore the profound truths that are hidden in the fabric of the Christmas story. If you haven't already, we cordially invite you to subscribe to our channel and become an integral part of our warm, welcoming community. Together, we can embrace the true spirit of Christmas, celebrating the birth of Jesus and the immortal message of hope, peace, and love he brought to the world. So why not grab a warm, comforting cup of cocoa, settle into your favorite chair, sit back, and let's embark on this remarkable journey together. May the comforting warmth and joy of Christmas fill your hearts as we delve deeper, explore further, and uncover more about the Christmas story. Join us on this journey, subscribe, and let's celebrate Christmas together. Our focus today is the beautiful verse from Luke 1:38, a verse that encapsulates the essence of Christmas. As we delve deeper into this verse, we find ourselves at the epicenter of the renowned Christmas story. It's a tale of unassuming surrender, divine wonder, and a beautiful demonstration of faith that transcends all earthly boundaries. Picture this: a young, innocent maiden named Mary, residing in the humble town of Nazareth, is graced by a divine visitation from Gabriel, an esteemed angel of the Lord. Gabriel is the bearer of a message so significant that it sends ripples through time and forever alters the trajectory of human history. Mary is bestowed with an extraordinary responsibility. She is to give birth to a child, a boy, and give him the name Jesus. This child is not destined to lead an ordinary life. He is to be great, the Son of the highest power, and his reign will surpass the bound of time. It will be eternal. This message is far from ordinary, and Mary is far from an ordinary woman. She's a young maiden, betrothed to a carpenter named Joseph. The news that Gabriel brings is overwhelming, even shocking. It's a proclamation that turns her world upside down. It's a divine decree that bears the weight of the world. Yet Mary's response to this celestial announcement is characterized by profound humility, submission, and abiding faith. She replies, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. Let it be to me according to your word." These words, inscribed in Luke 1:38, have echoed through the corridors of time. They serve as a timeless testament to Mary's unwavering faith, her indomitable courage, and her complete surrender to the divine will of God. Mary's acceptance of this unimaginable task is marked by her grace and fortitude. She embodies the true essence of the Christmas spirit, a spirit of altruistic giving, of selfless love, and of unwavering faith in God's divine plan. In her humble acceptance, Mary provides an invaluable lesson. Christmas is more than a season of festivities. It is a time of introspection, a time to reflect on our own obedience to divine will, our faith, and our surrender to God's plan. Mary's yes to God's decree sets a precedent for us all. Just like she accepted God's divine proposition, we too are called upon to say yes to divine challenges and opportunities that life presents us with. So, as we come together to celebrate the miraculous birth of Christ, let us remember the young woman who made it all possible. Let's remember her unwavering faith, her courage, and her humble surrender to God's divine plan. Let's remember that the Christmas story began with a simple yes, a yes that forever changed the course of human history. This verse is the heart of our Christmas story. And as we continue to delve deeper into its profound depths, we'll find that it's not merely a verse that signifies Christmas, but a verse that encapsulates the essence of life itself. To fully understand this verse, we delve into its historical context. Let's take ourselves back to the 1st century and place ourselves within the confines of a humble village named Nazareth. This town is the home of a young woman named Mary, an individual whose life story will come to significantly impact the course of human history. In this era, society operated under a different set of norms and regulations, particularly regarding the roles and expectations of women. It was a time when unwed women were expected to adhere to stringent codes of conduct and morality. Living in such a society, Mary led a simple, unassuming life, tailored and shaped by these constricting societal norms. Her role was distinctly delineated by societal expectations: marriage, motherhood, and maintenance of the household. However, from within this ordinary existence, Mary was singled out for a mission beyond the realms of the ordinary. The angel Gabriel was dispatched from the heavens to relay to Mary her divine mission. The angel foretold that Mary would conceive a child through the Holy Spirit, a revelation that thrust Mary into the heart of a deeply complex and potentially life-threatening dilemma. Accepting this divine mission would mean openly defying the societal expectations and norms that had up until that point defined her life. It involved a significant risk to her reputation, a danger to her societal standing, and potentially even a threat to her life. Yet Mary's way of handling this daunting news was one of serene acceptance and unwavering faith. Her reply, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord, let it be to me according to your word," resonates with extraordinary profundity, serving as a window into her indomitable faith and bravery. This unassuming phrase is an eloquent testament to Mary's trust in divine providence, even amidst the swirling uncertainties of the future. It is representative of her courageous decision to surrender herself to God's will, thereby defying societal constructs and setting a resounding example for the generations to come. Mary's surrender was not a fleeting act of acquiescence. It was a daring proclamation of faith and compliance, a fearless leap into the unknown. It was a strong, dignified woman making the conscious choice to prioritize God's will over societal expectations, thereby creating a turning point in historical narration. Her surrender was a radiant beacon of hope and faith, a harmonious blend of divine grace and human strength. This was the moment that set the stage for the birth of Jesus, an event that would significantly and irrevocably change the world. It was a testament to the transformative power of faith and surrender, and it was the beginning of a spiritual revolution that continues to inspire, guide millions around the globe today. Mary's surrender was not just a personal decision, it was a revolutionary act. Now, let's explore the spiritual significance of Mary's declaration. As Mary uttered the powerful, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord, let it be to me according to your word," she showcased a deep faith that was humble yet bold and brave. This wasn't some sort of passive acceptance. It was a vibrant, active surrender to the divine plan of God. It was a deliberate decision to place her trust in His plan over her own personal desires or aspirations. This young woman, who lived a life as ordinary as any other, made the extraordinary decision to welcome a divine calling which was larger than life. She didn't just accept her fate, she embraced it. She surrendered herself to it. In doing so, she became a conduit for God's unlimited love and grace to enter and transform the world. Her acceptance, her agreement, her yes to God, paved the path for the miraculous birth of Jesus Christ, the Savior of mankind. But what does her faith signify to us in the modern world? How can it mold and guide our spiritual journey towards enlightenment? Mary's faith acts as a teacher, instructing us about the might of surrender. It's about releasing our fears, our doubts, and our incessant need for control, and placing our trust in God's all-knowing plan for our lives. It's about accepting the fact that God's plans and ways are far superior and wiser than ours. Mary's faith also serves as a beacon of the transformative of grace. Grace isn't something to be earned or deserved. It's a gift that is given freely by God to each and every one of us. Mary didn't earn her place as the mother of Jesus through her deeds or actions. It was a role that was bestowed upon her solely by God's grace. It's through God's grace that we too can experience profound transformation in our lives. Mary's faith is the embodiment of the essence of Christmas. The celebration of Christmas is not just about the birth of Jesus. It's about commemorating the faith of a young woman who courageously said yes to God, who surrendered her life to His divine will, and as a result brought about a change in the world that was beyond imagination. As we navigate through the season of Christmas, let's take a moment to remember Mary's faith. Let's recall her surrender, her grace, and her remarkable courage. Let's strive to live our lives with the same faith, the same surrender, the same grace that Mary exemplified. In a world full of complexity and distractions, let's look towards Mary's faith as our guide. It is a beacon that lights our path towards a deeper understanding of the true meaning of Christmas. Mary's faith is a beacon for all of us, lighting our path towards a deeper understanding of Christmas. Let's take a moment to reflect on Mary's surrender in our own lives. Visualize, if you can, a young woman named Mary. Her heart is throbbing, her breath hitching as she listens to the unexpected and extraordinary words of an angel. This celestial being informs her that she, a humble maiden, will conceive a child by the Holy Spirit, a child who is fated to bring about a seismic shift in the world, altering the course of history forever. This news is daunting, it's overwhelming, and yet Mary, filled with an unshakable faith and an unwavering trust, responds with acceptance resolve. With courage in her heart, she says, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. Let it be to me according to your word." In this instance, we witness a pure moment of surrender. Now let's transpose this onto our own lives. How often do we encounter circumstances that baffle us, that push us beyond our comfort zones? How many times have we stood at metaphorical crossroads, trying to choose between what is known and comfortable and what is new and uncertain? In such moments, we can find motivation and courage in Mary's example. As we immerse ourselves in the festive fervor and chaos of the Christmas season, let's take a breather, take a moment to contemplate how Mary's act of surrender can resonate in our own lives. Perhaps it means letting go of long-held disagreements, making way for understanding and reconciliation, or it could mean relinquishing control over our well-laid plans, thereby creating space for unforeseen and surprising gifts that life may present. Mary's surrender was a beacon of strength, a symbol of faith, and not a hallmark of weakness. In an act of magnificent courage, trust, and deep-rooted love, she said yes to God's divine plan, despite it meaning stepping into a realm of uncertainty. Similarly, when we let go of our fears, doubts, and insecurities, we create an opening for faith's transformative power to work its magic. This Christmas, let's embody the spirit of Mary's surrender. Let's make a conscious effort to surrender our anxieties and apprehensions, to create space for tranquility, exuberance, and heavenly love. Let's let go of our preconceived ideas and thoughts, opening our minds for a renewed perception of the world around us. In the serene moments under the twinkling Christmas lights, let's quietly affirm our own yes to God's divine plan, just as Mary did. Let's invite the miraculous into our mundane lives, placing our trust in the divine orchestration of just as Mary did. May we find inspiration in Mary's surrender as we navigate our own journeys of faith. Mary's surrender has inspired countless Christmas stories throughout the ages. Her humble acceptance of God's plan has breathed life into tales that have been narrated during Yuletide for centuries on end. Let's take a deep dive into a few stories that reflect the profound influence of her faith and surrender. First, there's the saga of a humble cobbler named Martin, whose life was intertwined with faith and kindness. Martin lived in a quaint, picturesque village nestled in the heart of the country. He was a man of simple means, but was known far and wide for his deep faith and his ever-present kindness that shone through his actions. On a chilly Christmas Eve, he had an extraordinary dream where Jesus promised to visit him the very next day. Filled with anticipation and excitement, he spent the entire Christmas day waiting, his heart full of hope. As he waited, he devoted his time to serving others, helping his neighbors in every way he could. But while Jesus didn't appear in the form Martin had expected, he had an enlightening realization. He understood that he had in fact served Jesus by extending his help and kindness to his neighbors. Martin's actions were a reflection of Mary's surrender to God's will and served as a powerful reminder of the same. Next, we journey into the story of a little girl named Lucy. Desiring to give a gift to Jesus, she decided to offer the only thing she had, a heartfelt prayer. Her prayer was simple yet powerful, a desire for peace and love to reign supreme in the world. This prayer, much like Mary's surrender, was a gift that came straight from her heart, an offering of pure love. It reminded us that the true spirit of Christmas isn't measured by the material gifts we give or receive, but by love and selflessness, a lesson we need to remember. Finally, consider the tale of a soldier stationed far from home during Christmas. Away from his family, friends, and everything familiar, he found solace in the story of Mary's surrender. It brought him comfort, making him realize that he too was serving a cause greater than himself. Despite the distance from his loved ones and the omnipresent danger, he found peace in fulfilling his duty, mirroring Mary's surrender to God's plan. Each of these stories, in their unique way, reflects the essence of Mary's surrender, her acceptance of God's will, and her unshakable faith. They remind us that her surrender wasn't just a one-time event, but a continuous act of faith that reverberates through time, inspiring countless others to live out their faith in their daily lives. These stories, though vastly different in their circumstances, all echo the same truth, that surrendering to a purpose greater than ourselves, just as Mary did, brings us closer to the divine and to each other. They remind us that the essence of Christmas lies not in the sparkle and shine, the noise and commotion, but in the surrender to love, to service, and to faith. These stories remind us of the power of faith and surrender, especially during the Christmas season. Now, hear from some of our viewers about how Mary's surrender has impacted their Christmas celebrations. From across the globe, myriad voices chime in, each contributing unique viewpoint, a personal story. They all connect in one way or another to Mary, to her bravery and unwavering faith, to her affirmation to God, and to the ripple effects of this yes that have reverberated through their personal lives, changing the way they celebrate Christmas. One person reminisces about a Christmas Eve service where the dim light of a single candle danced in the enveloping darkness, capturing the essence of hope and faith. The pastor's words echoed through the silent church. Just as Mary surrendered to God's plan, so too can we surrender to His love. This message, the viewer explains, ignited a spark of faith within them. It inspired them to let go of their own fears and doubts, to step forward into the brilliant light of God's love. This is a turning point in their life, an altar of surrender where they chose to lay down their apprehensions and trust in a power greater than themselves. Another viewer shares a cherished family tradition, the enactment of the nativity play. Each year, their youngest daughter takes on the role of Mary, embodying her character with a depth of understanding beyond her years. They say this role has given their daughter a profound appreciation for Mary's surrender, and the experience has enriched their family's faith, deepening their understanding of what true surrender means. Yet another individual talks about a deeply ingrained personal tradition, the reading of the Christmas story as a family every Christmas morning. They share how Mary's words, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord, let it be to me according to your word," have been etched in their hearts, guiding them like a beacon through the storms and sunshine of life. These diverse voices, these shared narratives, they paint a vivid picture of the powerful impact of Mary's surrender. They show us that her yes to God wasn't merely a fleeting moment in history. Instead, it's a living testament of faith, resounding through time, resonating within hearts and homes across the world. These stories demonstrate that Mary's willingness to yield isn't just a part of the nativity story, it's intricately woven into the fabric of our lives, serving as a call to faith, a call to trust, a call to surrender, Such powerful testimonials underscore the profound impact of Mary's surrender on our lives. It isn't merely a biblical story, it's a call to transform our lives, to walk in the footsteps of faith and surrender, just as Mary did all those years ago. Through these personal anecdotes, we glimpse the far-reaching effects of Mary's surrender, how it continues to inspire and shape Christmas celebrations around the world. It's more than a story, it's a living testament that continues to inspire faith and courage. These testimonials underscore the profound impact of Mary's surrender on our lives. As we draw this discussion to a close, let's consider Luke 1:38 as a call to action. We find ourselves in the middle of a narrative revolving around the life of Mary, a young, innocent girl living in ordinary circumstances. Just like most of us, Mary went about her daily life unaware of the profound destiny that awaited her. A destiny that would change not only her life, but the course of the entire world. One day, her life took an unexpected turn when she was visited by an angel. The angel revealed to Mary that she was chosen to fulfill a divine task. A task that was extraordinary, overwhelming and daunting. Mary was chosen to be the mother of Jesus, the Son of God. She was a simple mortal, chosen to carry a divine being in her womb, a miracle beyond human comprehension. At this point, Mary could have been consumed by fear. She could have succumbed to the enormity of the task. She could have backed away. But Mary was no ordinary girl. She was made of something more. She had the courage to accept the divine will. With a heart full of faith, surrendering her will, she said, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. Let it be to me to your word." Isn't that a powerful statement? This wasn't just a mere utterance from Mary's lips. It was a fervent declaration made from the depths of her heart. It was a commitment to the divine will, a pledge to place God's will before her own. Mary's surrender wasn't a passive act of acceptance. It was an active decision to trust God completely, entrusting her life into His divine hands. This is the essence of faith. This is what surrender truly means. This is the epitome of service. This is the call to action inspired by Mary's life that echoes in Luke 1:38. Her life is a beacon for us. It provides the blueprint for a life lived in faith, surrender, and service. We may not have to carry the Son of God physically, but we are called to carry His love, His light, and His message in our hearts. We are called to reflect His love in our actions, His light in our conduct, and His message in our words. Just like Mary, we are called to say, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. Let it be to me according to your word." Can we, like Mary, make this profound statement? Can we immerse ourselves in this commitment? Can we decide to live our lives in the spirit of Luke 1:38? This is our challenge today. This is our call to action. In doing so, we're not just celebrating Christmas, we're living it. We're embodying the true spirit of this holy season. So as we approach the end of this video, let's carry this message with us. Let's remember Mary's courage, her faith, her surrender. Let's honor this by striving to live our lives in the same way. Luke 1:38 should not just be a verse we read at Christmas, it should be a mantra for our lives, a call to action. May Luke 1:38 inspire you to live out the true spirit of Christmas. As we wrap up this special Christmas video, we invite you to stay connected. We've journeyed through history, delved deep into spirituality, and shared stories that resonate with the essence of this blessed season. We've discovered how the surrender of one woman, Mary, Mother of Jesus, has shaped the world as we know it and continues to inspire us today. Along this journey, we've explored the origins of Christmas traditions. We've uncovered the symbols and rituals that make this season so special. From the Christmas tree that stands tall in our homes to the Christmas star that shines bright in the night sky, each element holds a profound meaning, rooted deep in our shared history. We've dived into the heart of the Christmas spirit, analyzing the core values of love, generosity, and faith that lie at the heart of the season. We've looked at the importance of family and community during this time, the warmth and love that fills our homes, the joy and cheer that fills our hearts. We've also explored the depth of a single verse, a declaration of faith that has echoed through millennia, shaping our celebrations, our gatherings, and we've woven together tales of Christmas magic, of the twinkling lights of faith, hope, and love that brighten our world. We've reflected on the profound impact of Mary's surrender, an act of complete trust that continues to inspire us. filling our hearts with the true spirit of Christmas. We've considered the miracles of Christmas, the mystery and wonder of the birth of Jesus, the transformative power of faith. We've invited you into our discussions, sharing with you our insights, our reflections, our revelations. We've encouraged you to participate, to share your own stories, your own experiences, your own interpretations. We've created a space for dialogue, a space for connection, a space for community. Your presence, your participation, your engagement has been invaluable. You've been more than viewers, you've been partners in this journey, co-creators in this experience. Your involvement has added depth to our conversations, richness to our content, meaning to our mission. We hope that this video has enriched your Christmas experience, has deepened your understanding, and has filled your heart with a renewed sense of wonder and awe. As we part, we wish you a very Merry Christmas. May your homes be filled with laughter and cheer, your hearts with love and peace. May the spirit of Christmas, the spirit of love, of giving and of faith, continue to shine brightly in your lives. But this isn't a final goodbye. We invite you to stay connected, to be a part of our community that celebrates the true spirit of Christmas all year round. We have more heartwarming content, more insightful discussions, more uplifting stories to share with you. So here's to more shared journeys, to more discoveries, to more celebrations of faith and love. And most importantly, here's to you, our cherished viewers, for your continued support, your continued engagement, your continued love. As we look forward to the new year, we promise to bring you more of the content you love, to continue exploring the depth and richness of our shared history, our shared faith, excited about the new adventures that await us, the new discoveries that we will make together. Thank you for journeying with us through this special Christmas season. Your presence adds to the warmth, the joy, and the love that this season embodies. Merry Christmas, dear viewers. Stay connected and keep celebrating the true spirit of Christmas with us.